when you actually knew the fight was going ahead, you probably had 3 weeks?
Yeah.
3 weeks to prepare.
Yeah.
On the biggest UFC card ever, crowd wise, obviously supporting the home turf. Was there ever a moment in that 3 weeks then that you were like, oh, I've bitten off more than I can chew, or that never crossed your mind? You were just like,
not once. That was, in my eyes, it was mine for the taking. And then it just played out how it played out. He did well. Okay.
I mean, you got to be happy with that performance. It's not often that you make a debut like that. As I said, on the biggest stage in the world, biggest capacity crowd ever, and then you pick up the fight of the night honors, right? And even that, I mean, because you were on the undercard, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So like normally, I mean, you'll get performances of the night sometimes in the undercard or whatever, but to have the fight of the night, I think that was that was a good chip to kind of take home. Is there anything that happened during that fight that you weren't expecting? Or, I mean, obviously apart from not getting the win, like, did it play out the way you thought it would? Or is there anything that kind of surprised you? Or even like we're going back to the nervous energy and stuff, like, was there anything leading up to that experience that you hadn't already played through on your head a million times over? Is there anything?
No, I think everything was what I expected, to be honest. I knew it was a tough fight. I knew it was going to be tough. It didn't go the way I saw it going because I saw myself winning, obviously. But he was strong. That surprised me. He was very, very strong. Hard to hold down. And then the short lead up didn't go in my favour because I didn't have the confidence to go hard from the start. I was trying to sort of save my energy, and then the fight got wild, and I pretty much gassed at the end of the fight in those last, 2.5, 3 minutes, where that's the last thing the judge sees, and I just didn't have the gas in the tank. We left it all out there, so it was good to get the fight of the night, obviously, but it was still bittersweet. Like all the fight of the night done for me was took a little bit of sting off the loss. Like if there was a way to lose your debut, that was the way. That was the best way to lose. But it still eats away at me that I didn't win that fight, because I think I should have won that fight.
Well, and also, like, I mean, the fact that you did take it to the distance and stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be that point where it's like, I mean, say he knocked you out, or say he submitted you, or something like that, like, at the end of the day, like, when it comes to like decisions and stuff like that, it's I mean, that's why you always get people crying as well. Oh, it's a bad decision, it's this and that, because it's so much like objective, right? It's really objective as well. Like, had you done it again the next day, they might have given it your way. Like, you really don't know. Like, it's not a bad way. I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, you want to take the sting out of it, but like, if you were going to go down, that's probably the best way.
Yeah.